Hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm Josh, this is Simply Cinema, and today we're going to be reviewing the third movie in the Monsterverse franchise, Godzilla King of the Monsters. But before I begin this review, don't forget to leave your thoughts on this movie down below if you watched it already. Let me know what you think of this and how it goes in with the Monsterverse. And also don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Starting off with something positive, right off the bat, I gotta say this was a really fun movie that was great to watch, and it exceeded so much of my expectations. There were so many surprises, so many little twists, interesting ideas all put into the mix. And within all that, all of the characters actually really had something unique about them. You could really believe where they're going. Some had absurd ideas that you wouldn't have thought would have made a way into their minds. And even down to the human villains, you should say, they really weren't a villain just because they wanted to be evil. They wanted to destroy things. They wanted to just get something evil out there within the world. They were a villain because they had such a strong idea that was different than the idea of what would be considered the good guys, and it just made for an interesting story. And while you could still really hate the villain at certain moments, there were still moments where you could see where he was going with. He had a strong view on what he was really trying to believe in. And we not only get to follow the story of a family, the military, and the government in relationship to the monsters, but we get to explore the world of the monsters and all that takes within it, of all the different titans that are out there within the Monsterverse. And because of all the monsters and titans that were within the movie, it made for some large scale battles that were not held back. They had some great visuals within those battles and within simple scenes all the way throughout the movie. It made for some beautiful shots and really memorable moments. It was quite interesting how they took certain ideas, certain worldviews of how they view the interaction with the monsters and the monsters within the world, and the way they dealt with all that with the military and the government and just all the different civilians. They really made it go really smoothly all the way throughout the movie. And within all that, it got me at every level of emotion. There was some really sad moments that I actually cried. There were moments that I actually almost cried for the normal civilians we didn't spend time with just because of certain decisions and ideas that the humans had. And they had the right amount of humor that wasn't too overdone, that just made me chuckle a bit throughout the movie, but they didn't put in any part where it ruined an emotional moment. Also within this movie, I really feel like they took some time to make sure you know who was who, what they were doing within the story, and how they would impact the story. And also it really stood on its own and answered some questions from the previous movies, Godzilla 2014 and Kong School Island. It really built the world and interconnected those movies together all into this movie, yet it still could stand on its own. Also, of course, there's the music score that was really well done. I don't think there's anything that stood out too much, but it still really got the emotions flowing within it. Moving on to some of the mixed silence, there's moments that go a little slow to where you don't know what they're doing and you don't really understand all of the reason why it's slow. There's a little bit of conveniences, but nothing really too much that really affects the story. And there were a couple moments as well where they went to this place and I felt like they didn't explain beforehand where they were going and what they were going to do, and it eventually explained itself, so I didn't feel lost, but it was a little bit confusing at first. And I gotta say, because of how well crafted this movie was, how well it flowed, all the different aspects that made this movie so good, there was no negative elements that I had looking at this movie. I really would have to nitpick, and even for the nitpicks I sort of did, those were the ideas I sort of put in the mix elements because they really didn't bother me too much or affect the movie and my enjoyment of it. Overall, the characters, the plot, the visuals, all those different aspects within the film really built this up to be an excellent, excellent movie. I would have to rate it simply 9.6 out of 10. But those were just my thoughts on it. Leave your thoughts down below. What did you think of this film if you have watched it already? Let me know what your favorite part of it is down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, hit that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe because there's more movie reviews, rankings, and more on the way. Thank you for watching. Bye.